Hello! This was supposed to be done yesterday, but I didn't feel like it. I have no excuse, I just didn't feel like it. So we got that statue. And yeah, I don't remember what else from there, so it's time to wander again. It's really, really hot here. Again. It's like hot here all the time. I don't know why. Okay, I'm just gonna make a wild guess on where to go. For some reason I feel like I have to go here, but I don't know why. I don't know why I felt like I had to come here. I don't actually think there's anything in here. There are lots of old stationery goods inside, like this paper clips. We have staplers, no more seems functional. No, there's nothing in here. Okay, good. Great. Why did I stop recording? Okay. Okay, the music is stopping. Good.
妙に暗いな。
それになんだか寒いよ。水が体にまとわりつくような感じがして。
このまま先に進むのは危険かもしれない。
Go anyway.
ねえ、なんか変じゃない？
確かにもうずいぶん歩いた気がするが、この校舎にこんな長い廊下なんてあったか？
絶対変だよ。だってこんなに歩いたらもうとっくに建物の外に。
暗くて角を曲がったのに気づかなかったのかも。
そんなわけないじゃん。こんな狭い廊下だよ。
引き返した方がいいんじゃないか。
そうするか。
And so we turned around, and saw nothing but an endless corridor vanishing into inky blackness. It was basically a mirror image of the trek we'd been making these past few minutes.
嘘でしょ。そんなろうそくの明かりも見えなくなるくらい遠くへは歩いてないよね。
落ち着け美月。きっとろうそくの火が消えただけだ。
どうせ一本道だ。戻るしかない。
なんでそんなに冷静なの森重くん。私たちもしかしたら。
騒いでも解決しないよ。とにかく戻ってみよ
う。森重くんの言う通りだぞ。こんな時こそ冷静でいないと。
よかった。戻れた。
Nope, no wrong end.
まったく。
あ、やっぱ落としちゃった。あっちゃー、ちょっと欠けちゃったよ。まずいかな。
廃校とはいえここの備品だぞ。まずいに決まってるじゃないか。
袋井のクソ真面目はこんな状況でも健在だね。
ちょっと見せてくれないか。
いいけどどうしたの？
破損した部分から何か見えている。
あ、本当だ。なんだろ
う。像の中の骨組みじゃないか。
だけど何か別のものかもよ。
確かめてみよう。
As they say, sometimes the simplest solution really is the best, and if we wanted to see what was inside this thing, there was one surefire method. The Goya sculpture hit the ground with all the force I could muster and shattered into countless pieces. And there among the wreckage was a key made of copper. It looked old, but since it had been sealed away from the elements all this time, there wasn't a single trace of rust or corrosion on it.
文字が彫ってある。天神小学校。どうやらこの学校の鍵みたいだな。
Clearly, this was an important item to have found. Now aware that Mitsuki's bag was not the safest place to store things, however, I pocketed it myself. Okay, now I think I know where to go. Just taking a wild guess here. Hopefully this is the right way to go. Where else could the key go? Infirmary, science lab. It's locked up tight.
さっきの鍵が使えるかもしれないな。
Well, might as well. With a click, the door unlocked. Good. Yes, this is the room I remember. Not the... Yeah, I thought this was this room. Which is why I went there first, I suppose. Oops. But when did my darkening get so high? Oh, I can't read that. Any bodies? No?
アルコールランプだ。
まだ芯もメタノールも残ってるから使えそうだな。
なんか手の跡っていうか、ここについてるの。
Don't sweat the small details. I hadn't noticed him at first, but Mitsuko was correct. There were small bloody handprints on the alcohol lamp. I think there was a mistake there, or the PSP just didn't load the right text. Small enough that they most likely were made by children. Well, a child or children. Jeez, I can't read today.
気持ち悪いよこのランプ。
だけ
Just
ど明
take
かり
it.
は多い方がいい。
Just a little blood. This wasn't something we could leave behind. It was a real stroke of luck that we stumbled upon something so inherently useful. It's some sort of mechanism with a lever attached to it.
妙な機械だな。映写機とも違うようだし。
レバーが動かない。錆びて壊れているのかな。
Some sort of
妙
lever.
な機械だな。
Rusted in place. I don't remember that.
暗いな。明かりをつけないか。
アルコールランプに火をつけてみようか。
Yep. Candle didn't work last time.
確かにろうそくよりアルコールランプの方が明るいし長持ちするだろうな。
はいマッチ、さっき音楽室で拾ったんだ。
As the wick flared up, the whole hallway was bathed in a warm blue glow. And somehow the darkness just seemed to shrink away from it, powerless against this unexpectedly capable opponent. Nothing looks different in here. I'm not going to look at that because we already looked at it earlier. I think. Probably.
浦部、おい、浦部、しっかりしろ。
Collapsed on the ground was someone both of my companions clearly knew. She wore the same uniform as Yamamoto. Both Fukuroya and Yamamoto immediately ran to her side and began attempting to rouse and console her.
よかった、生きてる。
浦部、大丈夫か。どこか怪我は。
他のみんなは、東子や木南くんたちは、みんな無事なの。
Frightened out of her mind, the now conscious schoolgirl slapped away Yamamoto's outstretched hand and shot to her feet.
美月、どうしたんだ浦部。
落ち着いてエミ、私だよ。美月、ほら、福野井も。ダメ、触らないで。早く逃げないと。あいつが。
Weirder froze for half a second there. She darted her head around wildly, surveying her surroundings quickly and frantically like a wide-eyed fawn who had sensed a predator closing in. What on earth could have happened to her? Text. Thank you. It was as if her own paranoia had completely drowned out the sounds of her friends and classmates, to such an extent that she didn't even notice them. She was also perceptibly shaking, a lot more than she would from the cold rain alone, and her teeth were chattering, something that truly spooked her.
追いかけよう。
一体彼女は何を見たんだろう。徘徊する殺人鬼とでも接触したのか。俺も追うべきなんだろうが、そこまでする義理もないか。
No, come on, they were helping you look for Mayu. No, oh well.
あの二人は一緒に眉を探してくれたから、できるなら力になってやりたいが、向こうもゴタゴタしているみたいだし、巻き込まれるのはごめんだな。
Good point.
俺は俺で眉を探そう。もともと一人の方が性に合ってるんだし。眉の声だ。今度は間違いない。眉、どこだ眉、返事をしてくれ眉。眉。
Why'd they even start the music up right then if they're just gonna end it right away?
見て、渡り廊下がある。行ってみよう。向こうにナーナいるかもしれないし。私は武蔵川女子中学校1年6組天戸谷なり。ナーナというのは私の幼馴染のあだ名。小笠原ナナ。
Quite the impressive nickname, adding an extra A. I assume that means something in Japanese.
さっきまで一緒にいたんだけど、廊下を歩いているうちにはぐれてしまった。同行者が一人いるんだけど、この子がまた、実に頼りない。
Like, at all.
待って、なりちゃん。足疲れた。はあ、これでもう何度目の泣き言だろう。
This was Chihaya Yamase, a fellow member of the drama club, never satisfied but never willing to do anything about it. Drama fit her to a T. Chihaya is like a walking liability. That's all she is. She's like Yuka, but, like, she sucks. If Nana were with us, I'm sure she'd give in to Chihaya's whining and insist we take a break, but I'm not Nana, and I won't be guilted so easily.
じゃあそこで座ってなよ。私先行くから。やだー。だって疲れて歩けないんでしょ。歩けるもん。
It really was just like leading a child around. She was as spoiled as can be. I truly felt it wasn't possible for any human being to be more spoiled than Chihaya. But it's not like I could really leave her behind, you know. She'd be dead in no time flat, as helpless as she was.
危ないじゃん。床濡れてるんだから急に飛びつかないでよ。だって雷。雷なんてここでも外の世界でも珍しくないでしょ。あんた家でも学校でも雷鳴るたびに誰かに抱きついてるわけ？ナーナちゃんがいるときはだいたいナーナちゃんに。私はナーナの代用品か？ナリちゃん怒ってる？別に。とにかく行くよ。ナーナ探さなきゃ。あんたも代用品じゃなくて早く本物に抱きつきたいでしょ。
Chihaya's eyes are creepy as hell too, aren't they? Like, look at them. What color is that? I've never seen eyes like that before.
否定しないのかよ。
Oh, it is so hot here. Text. Thank you. Just gotta flick the screen.
こっちの校舎は向こうよりさらにボロいな。なんだか頭が痛い。確かに空気が重いっていうか、長居したくない感じだよね。こんなところにナナちゃんいるのかな。探すしかないじゃん。 ナーナだって私らのこと探してるはずだし、すぐ会えるよ。
すぐってどれくらい？
Yep.
もしかしたらナーナちゃん
また始まった。もうそのパターンよしなよ。だって泣かない。私だって怖いんだから。
I told myself that I was going to find Nana in the second building, come hell or high water. Failure was not an option. Now we got that really, really, really quiet Chapter 2 music. Like we had during Yoshiki's flashback. A decaying human head has been forcibly clammed to the top of the...
気持ち悪い。
ちょっと、だからって背中押さないでよ。
Chihaya seemed almost as if she were trying to hide behind my body from the sight of the severed head, and she wound up pushing me forward in the process. If she didn't want to see it, she could just not look at it. Why did she need to be so grabby? Worse still, she was pushing me right into the shelf, giving me an uncomfortably close view of the head, not to mention the things crawling on it. Oh god, no.
だから押すなってば。私はあんたの盾か
？Looking for a friend, are you? Sure she's really a friend? Maybe. Did I already read this one, or did it change? Man. Everything's opened up again. Let's just go to the staff room. It's gonna be locked anyway, might as well. Just, you know, oh. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a large hole in the floor here blocking the way through this hall. Well, that's pretty much the same as the door being locked. I'm going to resist talking about Nari, because that's probably a really bad idea for me to talk about, because I will not shut the fuck up. Sorry for the language. I'm sorry for using bad language in this game that has gore everywhere. I'm sorry.
何？
ごめん。鍵盤の上にポッチ落としちゃった。
もう脅かさないでよ。
Was there even anything else in here to look at? Oh, there's these things still. I assume it's the same. Lots of people get to school, possibly classroom. Not too uncommon to find. I don't remember if this changed from before. I've completely forgot what they said before. What about that? Yeah. I did now. All I've done since I got here is watch out for her. All I've done is protect her. Wish I haven't bothered. I'm dead. Bleh. Because in the end, she died too. Stupid, 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 stupid. Don't remember if I read these. I'm going to kill her, even though she's already dead. Kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her. Give me back my life, goddammit. Well, that body isn't there anymore. Was there a body there? I think there was. Yeah. Oh, whoops, holding the wrong button. I wonder if there's anything in the stairwell this time. Let's look. No, no. Of course there's not. Never is. Anything new in here? Blank, or it might be anyway. There seems to be a faint, almost imperceptible stain all across it. Roughly in the shape of a human torso. It might just be lighting. Like, I don't remember if I read any of this before. Nothing in here seems useful. Nothing in here seems useful. The entire canvas is covered from corner to corner with a realistic scale drawing of flies, thousands upon thousands of them. Inside the cabinet is blood red throughout, as if someone very carefully painted it that way. Actually, wait, isn't that a tube of red paint inside, and it looks unopened? In fact, it looks completely untouched. There's not even the slightest indication that anyone has so much as moved that tube of paint in years. Which means this red coloring must be... yeah, okay. That is different from last time. Ooh boy. The dull, gloomy corridor suddenly lit up brightly for just a moment. Was it lightning? But we weren't near any windows, and there was no thunder. What do you mean there was no thunder? I clearly heard thunder. Oh, wait, whoops, I didn't even see that. It takes a while for the items to show up sometimes. Yeah, see, it took a little bit for that to pop up. There, glinting in the dim light, sat what appeared to be a component from some electronic device. In contrast with everything else in this school, it seemed like a fairly recent item, a decade old at most, but likely much newer.
なんだと思う？
わからないけど、多分機械のバッテリーとかだと思う。
ふん。誰か携帯ゲーム機でも持ってる人が落としたのかな？
Might as well take it with us, I figured. Though if I gave it to Chihaya for safekeeping, it would no doubt wind up on the ground again somewhere, so I decided to just pocket the thing. Thinking like Morishige. Man, I don't remember what I'm doing now. I feel like I have to look around here. Probably don't. Oh yeah, I didn't look up the reference room. Yep, of course. The door reference room is frozen in place, blah blah blah. As usual. Might as well check the halls now, because I think there's something in one of the halls in this section. Well, not this one. There's a note. Was that always there? Well, clearly, because I can't read it. Must have read it before then. Oh, jeez. There's no indication of anyone occupying. Everyone seems to be locked from the inside. It flickers, so that means I'm selecting a different one each time. Doubt any of them will open, though. No indication. Did we ever manage to get into the boys' bathroom in the main building? I don't remember if we ever did go into that one. I know we got into the girls' one a lot, but I don't remember the boys' one. There's an excessive amount of human hair jamming the drain, generating an intermediate sucking noise, and it makes... well, I think we read this one. Thousands of tiny bugs that have transformed the white basin into a black mass. It's us. God, we look terrible, but then we haven't eaten a thing since we got here, and we certainly haven't been able to rest for even a moment. Same thing. Well, back to exploring. Though I guess that could be counted as exploring when we were in there, too. Nothing. Awesome. Let's think. Where do I need to go? Haven't been in the boys' room yet. Nothing? No. Oh, this body. Oh, can't go in the boys' room. You're still here? Yeah, he's saying the same stuff. I don't think I looked at this one. Granted, I did miss a lot of the floor places. Well, why did I say floor place? I should have meant... oh. On the other side of the hole, there was now a man collapsed on the ground. I couldn't see any obvious wounds on him, but he wasn't moving at all. It was hard to ascertain details in this dim light, but he seemed a bit too big to be a middle schooler or a high schooler, and he wasn't wearing a uniform.
誰だろう？学生じゃないみたいだけど。
死んでるの？
わかんない。大丈夫ですか？怪我してたりとか。
Still no response.
なんか物投げてみようかな。いや、まずいか。
ナリちゃん、これそこに落ちてた。
カメラ？あの人のかな？
It was a fairly expensive-looking DV camcorder. A well-worn one at that, with dings and chips all over it. Nonetheless, it looked like it probably still worked.
今度は何よ
Oh, hello, Beep.
マイ、一体どこにいるんだ。マイ、さっき俺は確かにお前の声を聞いた。会いたいって言ってたよな。無事なのか？怪我はしてないか？怖くはないか？くそ！田口さんは何やってんだ？遅いな。何が情報交換だよ。そんなことしてる暇があったら俺は眉を。くそなんでこんなことに。眉、他の奴らはどうでもいいからせめてお前だけは。何見てんだ！
In my agitated state, I kicked a pair of hallway slippers that were sitting on the ground nearby, and they flew straight into the girl's face.
死人の分際でそんなとこに座ってんじゃない。目障りだよ。なんだ、俺がおかしいか？なんだよその目は。バカにしてるのか？
I grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around, and was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue covered in skin and muscle, but a statue nonetheless.
何をやってるんだ俺は。頭がどうかしてしまったのか？すまない。よく見たら目を切られてるじゃないか。これじゃ何も見えやしないな。どうした？答えられないのかい？
Is her tongue even there?
数日前なら君も反論できたろうし、俺の方の一発もひっぱたけただろうにね。残念だな。海田アリサさん、冷静になれ。こんなことしても眉は見つからないぞ。第一、この子は何の罪もない被害者じゃないか。いいことを教えてやろうか。君はね、なかなかの美人だけどこれから腐っていくんだ。どんどん腐って肉がぐちゅぐちゅのスープみたいになって、皮膚がたるんで垂れ下がり、目玉は生卵みたいにこぼれ落ちる。トイレの便器よりもひどい悪臭を振りまきながら、腹渡も顔も口の中もウジ虫の餌になっちまうんだ。
Having fun there?
そうなる前に、そうだな、綺麗な君の姿を残しておいてやるよ。
I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to camera mode, centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kaida. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at a downward-facing angle, yet in contrast to these injuries she wore a peaceful expression on her face. Almost as if she were posing for me, just waiting for me to hit that shutter button.
いい表情するじゃないか。いい絵になりそうだ。いいね。アンダルシアの犬って映画を知ってるかい？今の君にぴったり。ひょっとしたら君は生きてた時よりも今の方が魅力的かもしれない。そんな気がするよ。だってほら、 この硬直した方のラインなんか。失礼かもしれないけど、エロティックだ。この手首の傷も。
I tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertip was swallowed up. She'd gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or decomposition was already well underway. I pushed farther in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles until it struck something smooth and hard.
骨だね。このぬめり気と冷たさ、奥に秘めた真の強さ、官能的だよ。
As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented the foul odor of sweat and sebum that heretophore. What? Okay, been assaulting my nostrils.
ここに閉じ込められて、ろくに髪も洗えなかったろうに。身だしなみを忘れないなんて。でも、君にはこの刺繍と血の香りの方が似合っている。俺は何をやってたんだ。しかしこういう状況ではストレスを溜め込むのは禁物だ。こうして発散させることは悪いことじゃない。そう、たまたまここに死体があったから。そういえば田口さんが警察に提出するためにここの死体を取ってるとか言ってたな。
Well, yeah, but that's actually what he was doing.
とっくに約束の1時間は過ぎてるだろうし、そろそろ田口さんを探してみるか。もしかしたら田口さんが眉を見つけて同行してるかもしれないし、ここにいても始まらない。
Amidst the darkness of the corridors, I spotted human figures, living ones this time. 2 of them. Both female, and both much younger than I approached with them without making a noise or saying a single word to announce myself, like a creeper.
今度は何よ。
Junior high, I'd guess, maybe 12 or 13 years old. One was clearly much more fear-prone than the other, as she'd wrapped herself around her companion's arm and was actively trying to hide from her. Well, behind her. She was looking in my general direction, but with the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this land of the dead was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man sprawled out further down the hall. He was unconscious, possibly worse, and an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognized him. It was Taguchi.
田口さん、死んでるのか？
Was I concerned about him? Did I feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever at that moment. I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, sure, but this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead?
その人と知り合いなんですか？
いや、別に。
でも今、名前言ってましたよね。これ、その人のだと思うんで、どうぞ。
The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera, no doubt about it. This was the same one Taguchi had been looking at when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail. It had no power.
バッテリーが切れてる。使えそうにないな。
バッテリーも落ちてたから拾っておきました。使ってください。
ああ。
何この人。ああだって不愛想すぎ。別にお礼言ってほしいわけじゃないけどさ。
Dumb text. There we go.
ナリちゃん。平気。どうせ聞こえてないよ。
I placed the battery pack in the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop on. Still fully functional by all appearances.
これで保存してある映像を確 確認できる。
Oh, yeah, sounds fun.
君たちはここで何してるんだい？
Oh, you know, just visiting, having fun.
友達を探しているんです。小笠原奈々と霧上ひかりっていう武蔵川女子中学の同級生なんですけど、それから高等部の先輩たちも。私は大和屋なり、この子は山瀬千早って言います。
そうか、中学生か。そっちの小さな君、どことなく持田の妹と似てるよ。
何の話ですか？あなたは高校生ですよね。
俺も人を探してるんだ。鈴本真由っていう子。君たち
それよりまず名乗るのが礼儀だと思うんですけど。
ああ、すまない。俺は森重作太郎、如月学園の2年だ。それでさっきの話だけど、真由を知らないかい？
He sounds
こ
so
の写真の
happy.
子なんだけど。
The tone of his voice sounds so happy. I flipped open my student ID to its photo page as if I were a sheriff flashing my badge, but the responses from these two were not encouraging. They exchanged a quick glance with one another, then shook their heads.
私たちは会ってないみたいです。
そうか、いいんだ。このカメラの中に手がかりがあるかもしれないし。
I rewound the tape bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying images began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps and his occasional self-mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies, while the remaining 10% was mostly just the camera auto-focusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles, so their causes of death could be easily determined. Guess he really was planning on showing this to the police.
何これ？死体ばっか。やだ、私見たくない。
You baby, you've already seen so many dead bodies. The two nosy girls are peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seems quite certain how to react.
へえ、ずいぶん丁寧に撮ってあるんだな。俺がまだ見てない死体がいくつもいくつも。これなんてまるでシーレの絵みたいだ。だけど惜しいな。田口さんの視点は作業的だ。映像を見る他人の目を意識しているし、死者に遠慮している。
If it were me, in all caps.
ナリちゃん。
ん？どうしたんだい？
なんで笑ってるんです？
笑ってる？俺が？
笑ってますよ。嬉しそうに。
それは変だな。
ナリちゃん、
私たちもう行きます。
行く？どこへ？
Away from you.
友達探してる途中なんで。
何をそんなに慌ててるんだい？協力できることがあるかもしれないよ。
いいです。私たちだけで頑張りますから。さよなら。
何を勘違いしたんだか。俺のことを変質者か何かだと思ったのかな。まあいい。誤解を解くのも面倒だ。それになかなか面白い反応だったしな。カメラは置いておこう。これは田口さんの目だ。他人の視線で見てもいまいち感情に訴えてこない。 俺は俺自身の目で見てもっと触れたい。俺は俺だけのコレクションが欲しい。いや、死者を自分のものにしたいのか。待て、何を考えている。俺は眉を探してるんだぞ。撮影はただのストレス発散だ。眉を探す前に俺が自暴自棄になっては話にならないから、その防衛策だ。そう、眉を探すための手段でしかない。目的と手段を履き違えちゃダメだ。だがもっと見たい。
I can still play. I thought it would skip to a different cutscene now. Takachu is completely motionless. It's impossible to tell from here if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious.
自信。
Alright, well, I think that's a good spot to end it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.